Hey guys, welcome to Lit Convos, where it's never too late to have a lit convo. I'm your host, Millie,
I'm T.
and today's Lit Convo topic is love. Is it a choice or is it by chance?
Is love something that we actively develop, or is it something that happens to us by chance? Love is defined as a conscious decision to nurture,
Yeah.
to stay loyal,
hmm
and to grow with someone. I love love.
I love love too.
Daily actions of love include choosing kindness, forgiving,
hmm
and compromising as an act of love. Love is meaningful because we choose to share it. Examples of love are two people that have developed a friendship by choice and
hmm
thrive by effort.
How about love by chance?
Mm.
Like those that meet by chance, such as you missed your train, he missed his train, and you're both at the stop together, or you both happen to be shopping at the same grocery store together and you meet up, or you are at a high school reunion and you meet up, like, and then you make the choice after you met by chance to get together.
Mm.
Chance can mean chemistry. You meet at a train station and you have that chemistry versus if you meet by choice, you're in a dating app, you're making a decision to meet the person.
Mm-hmm.
You're making a decision
Mm-hmm.
to meet by choice because you're going on the app, you're logging in. That's a choice. Versus if you go to a store and you meet somebody, that's a chance, right?
Yeah, that's a chance. Yeah.
I thought about it. I said to myself, you could meet by chance and then make a choice,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't meet by choice and take a chance, can you?
Unless it's an arranged marriage.
Oh,
It's not your choice. Maybe it's by chance that their parents met and
oh.
said, hey, this seems like a nice family. Let's see if your child would be a good fit for my child.
Is that easier then? What if America
Oh,
ran on arranged marriage? We get to meet by chance and make a decision from there. But then why do we have the most relationship issues then?
some people are making the right choice.
Studies show that attraction can be influenced by genetics and evolutionary instincts.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I did try to date outside my race.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like an exotic experiment. Like men were just dating me because I was out of their race,
Hmm.
because I was black. One man told me, he said, you're very exotic. Like you look like you can be from Dominican Republic or you can
Mm-hmm.
be from Africa. And I said, is that the reason why you're dating me?
That was his choice. His choice to date you because he thought you were exotic.
Oh, so it wasn't by
It
chance.
wasn't by chance. It may have been by chance that you all met, but it was his choice to take that chance.
Right, right. But what if it was an unexpected reunion? Like we met at
Hmm.
a high school reunion and he said the same thing. It was unexpected, but it was also you had that thought of me being exotic.
Mm-hmm.
It's tainted.
Going back to chemistry and biology playing a part, I did read somewhere that your DNA,
Mm-hmm.
some way it knows that you two are biologically compatible. Like if you kiss someone
What?
and you don't like their kiss, then it's
Wow.
like you're not compatible. Or if you like it a
Really?
lot, then it's like the saliva.
Oh my God. That's why they always say the kiss, like these Disney movies, and they be like the first kiss. So the prince must kiss the princess. It's the kiss that
Yeah,
solidifies if the
yeah.
relationship is true. Is that true?
Yeah, so it says that your genetic makeup will recognize that you two will basically be good to procreate with each
Oh,
other. Don't force it.
so say I randomly meet someone at a farmer's market and
Mm-hmm.
we kiss and the kiss is strong. Is it by luck? Like should love be founded by luck? Is luck the purest form to find love, or is it choice? Chance versus choice. What if we're not meant to be, but we have that kiss and it's so strong? Like what do you do?
For me, when people say meant to be,
Yeah, what does meant to be mean?
this is what I always say. When people are meant to be, maybe they can be meant to be for whatever moment in your life, not
Hmm.
necessarily forever. Maybe you meant to meet someone that's going to help you get over a tough breakup, or you met somebody in a part of your life where you weren't feeling your best and they help you to grow in areas that you need to develop in. They're meant to be with you for that moment, not a lifetime.
And I want to bring up cultural narratives. We watch the romantic films, love stories by fate, destiny. I feel like in other countries, they advise by 18, they're raised to be a wife or they're raised to be a husband. So they don't go on luck or destiny. They go on what I'm compatible with, who's going to provide for the family, who's going to be there as a mother or a father. I feel like in America, we neglect those things and we go on based on chemistry. What we feel, how do we feel? How does he make us feel? How much money does he have in the bank? We go based on chemistry more than we do compatibility.
It's very fairy tale-ish.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like in America, that's like the main place where we focus on fairy tales.
Cinderella, Rapunzel,
Snow White.
That song by Anita Baker. There's a song that she has that's called Fairy Tales, and she talks about how when she was a little girl, how her mom used to read her stories about how one day her Prince Charming was going to come and sweep her up off of her feet. And that's what she was expecting. So when she became an adult, it's like, this is not what it is.
Who is Prince Charming? Or is that only what we believe in this country?
Well, that's what we were told to believe.
Oh my God. And that's the chance. I feel like choice is not Prince Charming. I feel like when you're going down the path of choice, you're not thinking of Prince Charming.
Right.
When you're going down the path of chance and luck and chemistry, you're thinking of Prince Charming.
Yeah.
Because choice is we can meet someone at a coffee shop and be like, okay, I have a conversation with them, and then we exchange numbers, and then he calls me and I didn't really feel the chemistry at the coffee shop, but a lot of what we spoke about we were compatible with, so I'm making a choice. Whereas the chance is we weren't compatible, you don't have a job, you ain't what I'm looking for, but I'm making a choice to be with you.
My biggest experience with love, it was choice.
Yours was choice.
I say a choice because for me, I knew that I wanted to be married. I knew that I wanted to have kids. So for me, that was always what it was going to be. It wasn't, well, maybe one day, hopefully by chance, I meet someone. It was like, no, this is how your life is going to go.
Oh, wow.
And that's how it went.
So you didn't chance it. It was a choice.
It was a choice that I just innately made. That's how my life was going to be, or at least so I thought.
So it's going back to how you were raised, is how you decided to choose love. That's interesting.
Yeah, for me, it was just always a choice. Like, this is what it's supposed to be, and that's what it's gonna be. It was that and nothing else.
But who told you that? Was it like environmental? That's what you saw, or did someone say, Tiana, I want you to grow up and be a wife?
I was raised in a church. So it was like, that is what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to have kids.
And that influenced you to make a choice.
It did. To make a choice of that's how it's going to be.
How I grew up was I wasn't given a choice. It was go to school, get a job, take care of yourself. And by chance, if you find a man, that's what you do. But it wasn't a choice. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like mine was by chance, and then I made a choice. So when I met the person I'm with today, I met him by chance. I met him at a grocery store and then made a choice to be with him.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking as a little girl, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to find someone. I'm supposed to have a relationship with them and then have children and have a marriage and have family. I wasn't thinking that way. It was chance for me.
Wow.
That's interesting how we made decisions on love based on how we were brought up.
Yep. Your childhood influences how you handle things anyway on a day-to-day basis. How you handle love, your experiences as a child definitely has an impact. There are some people that experience different childhood traumas and they're older. They're like, I don't want to deal with men, period.
And that's what happened to me, I think, because my dad, growing up, he was very popular. He was very much king of the show. Wherever he would go, you knew he was in the room. He would step in the room. You were like, oh, there Cargo, there he is. And growing up, because I had a father like that who was so alpha male, who was so showy, who was such a leader, it made me want to be with the opposite.
Oh, wow.
Because I said I had a dad like that, so I don't really want a man like that. And so it kind of made me go for, I don't want to say a man total opposite of my dad, but it made me go more so for the modest, humble, quiet guy. That also had those leadership qualities, but it wasn't put on the upfront. Like, hey, here I am. Woo-hoo! It was more modest and humble and quiet, you know, but you still did your thing. I love my dad, though, but I grew up with that.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it as a husband, because then I'll be dating my dad. That's when we go back to cultural narratives, I think. You know, what you grow up with is what you subconsciously seek out.
Yeah. For me, we talked about why I cut certain people off so easily.
Yes. Girl, you don't play with that.
My childhood, you know, had a lot to do with that, as well as my experience with love. This is another side of love that people don't talk about. We talk about the fairy tales. Yes, love is beautiful. You know, you may meet your Prince Charming. You may meet your queen. There's also a flip side to love, and that part can be heartbreaking. Talk about in sickness and health. So that can let you know if what type of love do I have? Do I have a type of love that we can endure? If my significant other is diagnosed with a terminal illness, can I stick by them and be there for them?
That's interesting, because when you're dating, how do you figure that out? Like, if I'm going on a date with a man and I'm talking with him, I'm looking at him, I'm feeling his energy, and we're on like our 5th date, how do I know if you're going to have that type of love? How do I know if you're going to have that endure anything type of love? Do I have to be in a place in my life where I'm in touch with myself?
You definitely should be in a place where you are in touch with yourself before you decide to bring anybody else into your life.
That's what I'm saying, because when I left my last relationship, I was in a relationship for 10 plus years, and it was somebody I grew up with from childhood, but I knew I outgrew that love because I needed a stronger, more emotionally available type of love. No fault of his own, but I knew the different type of love that I needed for the season I was in. And that's because I was in touch with myself. I was aware of the type of love I needed. And I feel like a lot of people are dating not aware of the type of love that they need.
And there's that component of chemistry and compatibility. You may have great chemistry with this person, but are you too compatible?
Chemistry and compatibility. Which one do you think is more important?
Oh, don't ask me that.
Because you can be compatible with someone and the chemistry is lacking, but you can have strong chemistry and that compatibility sucks.
I think that chemistry is more important, because compatibility, like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about life circumstances? Are you talking about maybe you guys live long distance?
Yeah.
That can be a whole life changing issue. But here's where that choice comes in. Do I think our chemistry is strong enough to make us make ourselves compatible?
Oh, shoot.
Because that compatibility was, or that incompatibility was, that you were here and he was here. Y'all had great chemistry, right?
Right.
But the compatibility was our lives are like here and here. But our chemistry is so strong, we're going to make it work. I will move.
Wow.
To keep this chemistry going.
Wow. But you don't think you can do the same with compatibility? Like, if you're compatible.
I don't think so. Because if you don't have chemistry, then what do you have to lean on?
Wow.
You don't even really like that person if there's no chemistry.
And you know what I think? I think there's a lot of relationships out here that the chemistry is gone, and that's why they're so unhappy.
Yep.
because the chemistry is gone, but they're compatible, so they're still trying to make it work because they were compatible. But if you have chemistry from the beginning, you can always bring back that compatibility.
Yep.
Wow, that just took me somewhere, because I feel like so many couples meet by convenience. We live in the same town, we went to the same school, we work at the same job, so we might as well get together and get married. It's compatible.
It's so compatible. You're trying to force that chemistry.
Yeah, girl.
It's just not meant to be.
Oh, and you see, when I met the person I'm with today, I was in a whole nother state and he was in a whole nother state, but I was dating other men in my state. And I was like, why do I have such strong chemistry with someone in a whole nother state? And I was trying to make it work with the men I had in my state because we were convenient. I was like, he's in a whole nother borough. It's easier for me. And I was trying to force the chemistry because it was convenient. But the chemistry was stronger in another state. That's crazy. See? That's chance then. If you have chemistry, you're taking a chance and then you're making a choice. The 3 C's. Yeah. Chemistry, chance, choice.
4. Incompatibility.
Incompatibility. The 4 C's. Chemistry, chance, choice, compatibility.
Yep.
But how does self-love involve all of 4 of those C's? Because I feel like you have to be self-aware to realize the chemistry, the compatibility, the connection, the chemistry.
You do. You have to love yourself enough to know and be honest with yourself if you and somebody else will work or not. Yeah, we might have the chemistry. Okay, that's great. I mean,
oh my God,
that's why we're friends, right? Then the compatibility. At first, it was like, we aren't as compatible as I would like to be. Okay, by chance, you all met.
Right.
So then you made that choice. I'm going to make a choice to make us compatible. Right? That's where it all circles back around. You have to have that self-love so you can be aware of those things.
So that's why healing is important.
Your healing is very, very important. My opinion is, if you're not healed, if you have been through trauma and you're still on a healing journey, if your light is dim because of what you went through, you can't shine your light on somebody else. You don't really have no light to shine on nobody else. You got to brighten up your own light first before you can shine it on somebody else.
So do you think if you're broken and you're not fully or close to fully being healed, should you then be dating? I asked that because personally, I feel like an unhealed person dating someone else that is healed can be dangerous. Yeah. And I feel like they're a walking heartbreak. I understand that when you're hurt and when you're broken, you can also be lonely and longing for someone. But I also feel like it's so important to heal first so you don't hurt another.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I feel like when I was hurt and I was dating, I was hurting others. I was hurting the men I was dating because I was hurt.
Yeah.
That wasn't fair to them. That I was dating them and I was hurting them. But I was being selfish because I needed to be with someone.
So you have to be very self-aware. As for me, after I, left my marriage, I knew that I needed to be by myself for a while. I knew that I didn't need to take anybody serious.
Yeah.
I took some time for me to just be with me and not seriously deal with anybody else.
Yeah. But when you were taking the time to be with you, were you fighting loneliness?
No. I knew that I needed to be by myself. So I don't think I was lonely though.
Yeah. I think it's a difference between being alone and being lonely.
Yeah. I wasn't lonely. I was just, I knew I needed to sit in that moment when it was just me. And I think that I was okay with that.
Yeah.
I knew that I needed to do the work to make sure that I was okay first, because I knew that I didn't want to bring whatever I had from my marriage to somebody else.
I like that because I feel like it's important to realize the difference between the two. If you're alone and you're dating, that's fine. But if you're feeling lonely and you're dating, you have to be aware of what loneliness comes with. It comes with longing to be accepted. It comes with longing to be heard. Like, show me more attention. And so that's when it becomes toxic relationships.
Because that longing and that loneliness can bring about desperation.
Yeah.
So that desperation, you'll kind of accept the stuff that you don't need to accept just to be with somebody.
Subconsciously, you don't even
Yep.
realize what you're accepting.
Mm-mm.
Both of you don't realize, because if you meet someone else that's dating because they're lonely, you're both lonely and you're dating, you're accepting each other's toxicness.
Ew, and it's gonna be so toxic. And we don't like toxic.
I don't like it. When seeking and dating others, we want to keep in mind that we don't want to find someone when we're lonely, but when we're alone and we're comfortable with ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. So love is both.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe chance writes the first chapter, but choice finishes the book.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
So are we telling our audience to stay tuned for our next episode?
I think we are.
Choice or chance?
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait. Guys, this was a quick segment into what our next episode is going to be about, which is love, choice, or chance.
Right. So stay tuned.
Peace.